Welcome everybody to the Actors Academy. Thank you all for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about how to find the agent. Not how to just get the agent, how to find the agent. They're two different things. They're not the same. How to find the agent is one thing. How to get it is a completely different one. It's kind of like if you've ever gone fishing before. You have to find where the lake is at, but now how you catch a fish is completely different. So we're going to have two parts. We're going to have part one, this one here, it's going to be talking about how to find the agency. That's one of the most important things that you can do. Part two, I might also do a part three. We'll have to see. But part two is going to be on how you can help yourself get the agent, what you can do, the resumes, the cover letters, the headshots, that's going to be in part two. But part one is one of the important ones of how to find those agencies. So some of the things that you can do, some of the obvious things that maybe you already know about or maybe you don't know, is you can use your friends. If you have actor friends and they have agents, you can ask them. You can either ask them how they got their agent or how they found those agents. Maybe they auditioned for a few different agents and they wanted to see, they weren't sure which one they wanted, and for whatever reason they chose agency A. That was the one that they chose. That was the one that they liked. You can ask them how they went about that process. Maybe they have recommendations for you. Maybe they can say, hey, I have the card still for agency B, and they'd suit you better. They didn't suit me. That is an option that you have. So use your allies to your advantage. Maybe you have some acting coaches or an acting instructor and they have an agent. You can always ask them because maybe they can recommend you also to their agent. And if they can do that, you have a much better chance at getting part of that agency if there's a recommendation involved. But now that doesn't mean you want to be with that agency. So here's where we have to do our research and being able to find the agency. What can we actually do? If we don't have anybody like that, we're by ourselves and we want to know, how can I find an agent? One of the simple things that you can do is just the Google search. I tell people this all the time. If you just do a Google search, if you do the big city by you and you just look up this, if you look up, let's say it's Los Angeles, and you look up Los Angeles talent agencies, you'll be able to find different talent agencies that come up. You can do that wherever you are. Now, those agencies, they may not always represent you depending on which ones come up. Maybe the first it's going to have the top 10 agencies. Well, the top 10, it's very hard to get a part of those agencies for a lot of people. So maybe you can't start at the top 10, but maybe you can get from 10 to 25 or from 25 to 50. But we have to do our research. So that's one of the things that you can do, but that requires a little bit more digging because there are going to be a lot of random sites or sites that just show the top 10 because those are the most popular ones. But here's something else that you can do. And this is going to be the one that's the most beneficial for all of you. So if you've heard of Backstage, Backstage is a great platform that a lot of actors use. There's a lot of different articles that they have. They have different ways that you can submit for projects. It's not as popular as some of the other ones that I've spoke about before, but it is a platform that you can use and they have a lot of recognition. So it is a platform that you can use to submit for projects if you want. And they have some decent projects. They have some sometimes A and B level projects that come on them, just like some of the other ones I've mentioned, Casting Frontier, Actors Access. Those are platforms. But we know if we have an agent, we have access to all the A and B level projects from our agent. Our agent can submit us for those type of projects. Doesn't mean we're going to get called in. That requires something else that we can do a different video on. But just to know you have the option to be submitted for those projects. An agent has that option. So we're going to use Backstage. Backstage allows us to see all the different agencies that are around, not just in LA, but in LA, in New York, in London, in Texas. There's a bunch of different areas where agents are located. So this is one of the platforms that you can use and you should use. So how this is going to work, I'm going to put it up on the screen here. You're going to see, and I'm going to have it linked down in the description below. You just literally click the Backstage link and it'll take you exactly to this page. You're going to see the different agencies that are listed on there. Now, those agencies are listed in alphabetical order. There's about 844 if I can recollect my memory properly. And from those agencies that are there, you can see which ones represent actors and which ones don't represent actors. You're going to want to stay away from the ones that don't represent actors because you're probably an actor. But who knows, maybe if you want to do modeling, they'll have all those agencies on there. But now you want to be an actor. Maybe it's commercial, maybe it's theater, maybe it's TV and film. You can go through and you can find these projects. Now, there's not really a good optimized searching way to find these agencies, which is not one of the things I care for that much using Backstage, but you can go through and you can do the work and you can go through in alphabetical order and find the different agencies that are listed on there. Now, when you're going through and you're finding these agencies, you'll see if they represent what you're looking for. Let's say, for example, it's Abrams. So we have the Abrams agency and you say, okay, they are representing actors. That's perfect. So then you go and you click on it. Now, once you click on it on Backstage, it'll say, you can sign up for, I think it's about $10 or $20. That's a subscription plan. And then it'll give you access to their contacts. Now, that's an easier thing that you can do. It makes it a lot simpler, but that's not the only way that you can do it. So what I would suggest is going through Backstage and then write down the agencies that interest you. Write down the ones that they show, okay, they represent what you're looking for. So if it's commercials, if it's TV and movies, if it's just theater, just what you're looking for. Write those agencies down. Then you have to go on Google and do your research. Find, who do these people represent? What's their client list? Which agencies are bigger? Which ones are a little bit smaller? As you're going through, you get to weed through which agencies you want. This is your personal research, because agencies that would be good for me may not be good for you. There's certain agencies that I look for, as there should be certain agencies that you look for, because we all have different needs and wants and maybe goals. So what you want to do is you want to go through and find which one suits you best. Then what you do is you go and you type in their agency in Google. So let's say, for example, it's Abrams Talent Agency. You want to be a part of Abrams. So you go in Google and you type in Abrams Talent Agency. When you type it in and you do the search, their website's going to come up. You click on their website, and then you go and you click on their contacts. That is where, once you click there, you're going to find how you can get in contact with them. That's where you're going to go and send in your resume, your headshot, your cover letter, and who knows, maybe a demo reel if you have it, if it's very well done. That is the way that you will find them and be able to submit for them. So that's what you guys have to do. You have to go through and find these agencies. Now, is this the only way? No, it's not the only way, but it's one of the simplest ways in terms of money. You're not going to have to spend a lot of money. There's one other way that you can do that's helpful, but it costs quite a bit of money, so you probably don't want to do that. This way, it's free, you get to save your money, and you get to do a little bit more research on your own to find which agency really is going to suit you best. So I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you all subscribe to the channel so you can be up to date with everything. Remember, part 2 is going to be talking about how to get those headshots, resumes, and cover letters that you're going to be giving to those agents and when you have those meetings with them, so hopefully you can land the agent. So it's one thing, we got to find the agent, but then we also have to be able to land the agent. So stay tuned for part 2. We're going to talk about all of that in there. Thank you all for being here. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel so you can be up to date with everything. Give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends. Also, I'm going to leave down in the description below the 10-hour acting masterclass. If you're interested in that, it'll be in the comments and the description. Also, don't forget that Backstage link will be down there. If you click that, it'll take you right to the page of where I was showing you where you can find those listing of agents. Also, don't forget to look at our clothing line that we have. We have sweatshirts, we have t-shirts, we have mugs, we have a lot of things. So if you want to get some of those and be a little bit closer with the Academy, I will see you all next time. Thanks for being here, guys. Bye-bye.